Beep. Morning, I'm Mark from Homestead, and what I want to talk about today is how we take care of our animals in the morning, the chores that we have, how long it takes. I'm going to put myself on a timer, go through the morning chore process with all our animals, and talk about the methods that we use to actually facilitate the speedy doing of these chores. So if you work full-time and you're interested in getting into homestead, or like, oh, I can't do it because I don't have enough time because I gotta go to work, I'm gonna show you on the timer how long it actually takes to take care of these animals. This is the most amount of animals and the most different types of animals that we've had on our homestead so far. So we're gonna go through that and show you guys how it's done and how long it really takes. So stay tuned, it's actually gonna be a very informative and good video. Let's get it done. Come on, kid. Go. Come on, step it out. Let's go. Come on, chickens. Come on. Yeah, you don't want to hit their feet with the chicken tractor. You got to take it nice and slow. Eventually they'll get moving. All right, these guys are good. Got my feed cart with all the feed staged. Got an extra 5-gallon bucket of water. I get the smaller chicken tractor 2 scoops. And these guys are done. All right, next one. Woo. Put my chick lift back down. All right, so another thing I got here, I got pre-staged feed that's soaked. So it's been soaking in water. Soak it overnight for a couple hours. Hey pigs, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Don't have to go between my legs. They're knock me over one of these days. Let's check the pigs' water. No, they're doing good. All right, water and food done for the morning. See you guys in the afternoon. Energizer back on. All right, where are we at? Where are we at on time? We're at 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Come on, girl. Come on. All right, on to the turkeys. Water. They do. They got plenty of water. All right, turkeys are done. Where are we at? 9 minutes and 7 seconds. Last but not least, we got our layer chickens. Get back. So I put 1 scoop of feed in their feeder a day. Then they also have a 5-gallon waterer that just hangs and keeps them watered. Now the cool thing about layer chickens is they're one of the only animals that we have that actually pay rent every single day. Excuse me, you mind if I collect some eggs? All right. I'm on a timer here, so I really need to get these. Thank you. Oh, we really have a good amount. All right. I'm leaving. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 eggs, that's not bad. And like 90% of you, I just put them in my shirt. So we are finished, and that's layer chickens, that's the broiler chickens, the meat birds, and that's the pigs and the turkeys. And that took us 12 minutes and 20 seconds with filming, which is pretty good, not bad. When it comes to our broiler chickens, our meat birds, what really makes it efficient is keeping them close together and having that feed cart. With that feed cart, I've got a whole bunch of feed in that metal trash can with a scooper, and then I also have an extra 5-gallon bucket of water to top off the water from the feed cart instead of having to go all the way back to the house and get the hose. So when I do get home from work, if I have to reload that 5-gallon bucket, I can easily do that. At least there's not as much pressure for me to be going to work later that morning, so I can just kind of do it on my own time in the afternoon when I take care of these animals in the afternoon. So when it comes to the pigs, we actually have a 50-gallon waterer that I made that has nipples on it. So you fill that thing up, and then the hogs can drink on it for a while until you need to refill it. So that way every day you don't have to bring water down here. I also ran a hose, about 200 foot of hose, all the way down here. Luckily, we're lower than the house, so there's extra water pressure due to gravity. But we've got our hose down here as well, so we can easily top it off when we need to. We have an energizer here with an electric fencing, so I can rotate them through the woods so they have acorns, especially this time of year. It's almost September. There's plenty of acorns and hickories and hickory nuts and everything that have been dropping to kind of help them supplement their feed that we give them. And then what I do is I soak the feed overnight, and I just leave it by the garage. So on my way out, I just grab it, bring it down here and feed them, fill it back up with the hose that's already here, and then I add feed from the garage where I keep all the hog feed. So that's how we do the pigs. Super simple, pretty easy. Now for the turkeys, we have the Plossin Bellwater with a 5-gallon bucket on the back, so that keeps them watered. So we don't really have to worry about that too much. You just kind of fill it up as needed. And then the turkeys, of course, have a food bowl right there that I fill up with food, non-GMO. And then I just store the feed right here in this red shed. So it's super easy to get to, and I can fill their food bowl up, and then we go to the layers, which are back here. So with the layer chickens, we've got a rainwater catch system where I don't have to go all the way back to the house to refill their 5-gallon waterer. They also have a large feeder, which can house a lot of feed. So if you really want to fill that thing all the way up and you got a full 5 gallons of water, they don't need to be messed with for, a long time, maybe 5 days in the summer. And the only thing that needs to happen is the eggs need to be collected every day. The important things are staging the feed and the water to make it easier for you, so it's less time to go back to the house or to the hose and fill up animal feed and fill up waterers and stuff like that. Well, 12 minutes and 20 seconds isn't really that bad when it comes to dealing with turkeys, broiler chickens, hogs, and layer hens. This is the most amount of animals that we've ever had on our homestead, and 12 minutes and 20 seconds to take care of all of them in the morning, and assuming 12 minutes 20 seconds give or take when you get home to do your afternoon chores is really not that bad. 24 minutes a day and you can do this. Really not that bad. Now here's the kicker though. When it comes to weekends, that's when you're going to be dealing with firewood, dealing with any other kind of stuff like building things or making any kind of improvements on your homestead, taking care of the land that you have, gardening, all the things. I mean, that's what really takes a lot of time. But the daily chores are really not that bad. Now, butchering chickens, that's the thing. If you have meat birds, there's gonna be a butcher day, and that's like, it's a lot of work, right? That's probably 6 hours of work depending on how many birds you have, and you're gonna need help for that. You're gonna need an extra person or more. So those are just some things to consider. You can typically do those on a weekend. We do those on a Saturday, and then by Sunday morning, we have fresh chicken for our customers and stuff. So that's just kind of how that works out. And then if you have to take pigs to the butcher, that's something you're gonna have to do on a weekday, because typically that's on a weekday in the morning. So that's just some things to kind of consider if you have hogs, or if you are not selling the meat for hogs, you can actually just process them yourselves, and you can just do that on a weekend, and you know, it's just how that works. But if you are selling, you have to go to a USDA processor for any animal that has hooves. So it's just the way it is. Well, I had fun making that video. I really want to be transparent when it comes to how we operate our homestead and the animals that we have, how we take care of them. We really do care for our animals. We want them to have a good life until the bad day that inevitably comes for all of us. And we want to show our customers how we do things and be open and transparent. We do non-GMO feed. We try to make everything as healthy as possible. We regularly rotate our animals. Our layer chickens are contained in that run. However, like every other day or so, we actually allow them to free range, and so they get to go in the woods and eat bugs and do all their things. But the hogs, the broiler chickens, and the turkeys are all rotated to new ground every single day. The hogs, every couple of weeks, every month or so, they get moved. I only have 2 right now because I have 2 currently at the processor. So with the 2 hogs, it's less of a footprint, so I don't have to move them as much right now. So they've been chilling for a couple weeks, but I think next weekend I'm gonna move them. That's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell icon, all the things. I've been chopping down some trees recently, so I'm gonna go take care of that, chop down some more trees, clear some more land, and keep the homestead growing. Thanks for joining us.